Article is 61. This is very important because the impeachment of president process, this process is a very tedious process. Okay, it is a very tedious process. So this impeachment of president becomes very important. Okay, so what is the procedure for impeachment? Means removing. We are electing a president. To remove the president, what is the procedure? The first procedure is, you all know. Okay, Parliament can only do this. So with respect to Parliament, you want any movement means you should introduce a bill, right? After introducing bill only, you can enter the Parliament. So that bill should be supported by 1/4 of member. 1/4 of member should sign that bill. After that only that bill can enter the Parliament. That is the first step. Second step is a 14-day notice. A 14-day notice should be given to the Parliament. Okay. In this 14-day notice, the president will be informed that like a bill of impeachment is proceeded against you. Like that, they will inform, the speaker will inform the president. Okay. 14-day notice should be given, and after that, the very important thing before the first point is who can proceed, who can initiate this impeachment of president, whether Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha, who is empowered to remove this president, who can initiate this bill, impeachment of president bill, who can initiate, whether Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha, both can do. Okay, you're either house of the parliament. Either house of the parliament is having the power to initiate the bill to impeach a president. Okay, that is a very clear statement because in state exams they will confuse with you in this manner. Okay, so impeachment of president bill can be initiated by both your Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. That is first point. Okay. So, let us assume that Lok Sabha is initiating the bill of impeachment of president means the investigation, okay, the investigation of charges is done by the Rajya Sabha. If Rajya Sabha is initiating the bill means your Lok Sabha will investigate the charges. So the theme is very clear. Okay, the opposite house which is initiating the bill will investigate. One house will initiate the proceedings and the opposite house will investigate the proceedings. Okay, so it should be passed by 2/3 majority. In both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. In both houses of the parliament, you need this 2/3 majority. Okay. After passing Lok Sabha, it will go to Rajya Sabha. In Rajya Sabha, it will investigate the charges. If it is being initiated by Lok Sabha, then in Rajya Sabha also it has been passed by 2/3 majority means your president will be removed. Okay, that is the procedure involved. The first step you should do is you can initiate the bill in either house of the house. This initiating the bill, you need 1/4 of member signature. After that, 14 days notice should be given, and after that, Lok Sabha if Lok Sabha is initiating the bill means it will pass the bill with 2/3 majority. And if you have any confusion with this majority, you can refer my previous videos. I have dealt in detail with the constitutional amendments and the majority. Okay. So Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, both the houses needs its 2/3 majority. If both the houses passes with the 2/3 majority, then your president will be removed. So these much steps are there. So your impeachment of president is a very tedious process. Okay, that is with the impeachment of president. So what happens is this is the process involved, and a fact is till date no president has been impeached. Okay, impeachment means removed. No president has been impeached so far. Okay. That's with respect to impeachment of president. So who are entitled to take part in this impeachment process? Who will take part here? That is the elected and nominated. Members of parliament. Okay. So these are the members who will take part in the impeachment proceedings. Okay, both the elected and nominated members of the parliament. Okay, that is the exact difference between your impeachment and the election of president. We have studied that in the election of president, you are only the elected members of your parliament and state legislature. Okay, both are there. No nominated members will take part in the election of president. But there is a difference here. Okay, both the elected and nominated of only the parliament, not your state legislator. So your state legislator has nothing to do with the impeachment process of the president. But it will sit for the election of president. But your state legislator has no power with the impeachment of the president. Okay, that is the main thing. Okay. Both elected and nominated members can take part because because Lok Sabha can, if Lok Sabha is initiating the proceedings of impeachment of president means your Rajya Sabha will investigate. If Rajya Sabha is initiating means your Lok Sabha will investigate. So this Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha is only involved. There is no space for your state legislator. So it is very clear. Okay, that is with impeachment proceedings. Next you are going to the vacancy. What is the vacancy of seat of president? Okay, vacancy ground. What are the vacancy ground? First is his tenure. Tenure is nothing but the time period in which he will sit in his office. What is the tenure of a president? 5 years. If a person is being elected as a president, he will continue for 5 years. Okay, that is okay. Next is with resignation. He can resign. So, to who he will give his resignation letter? To the Chief Justice of India? No. To the Vice President. Okay, this is the where aspirants is to confuse, because what the aspirants will think is Chief Justice of India is only giving the oath of office to the President. So his resignation will be also given to the Chief Justice of India. It is a wrong statement. Okay, your Chief Justice of India will give only the oath to the President, but your President will give the resignation letter to the Vice President, and your Vice President will give the resignation to the President. Both will exchange the resignations. Okay, that is the one point. Next, with removal, you all know about the removal ground. That is the impeachment proceedings. That is Article 61. Okay, it is a very tedious process, and no state legislators can involve here. Only the Parliament, elected and nominated members can involve. That you all know. Okay. Next is disqualification. His selection can be declared void by the Supreme Court. Then he will be disqualified. Okay. These are the grounds present for the vacancy of president. Okay. So, if his vacancy is created, if the vacancy of president is created by the expiry of his tenure, okay, if after 5 years the president will go vacant, no, if the case is in that way, then the election should be held before the expiry of the term. Okay, if this is the expiry of the term, before that itself your election should take place. That is the first ground. Okay, the second thing is, if the vacancy of a president's office is due to his death, sudden death, or sudden removal, or sudden disqualification, like that, if sudden is happening means, then from the date the president is being removed, within that 6 months, within the 6 months time gap, election should be held for the president. Okay, so your first thing is, if the president's vacancy of post is held due to the expiry of his tenure, means before the expiry of tenure itself, your president's election should be taken place. If Ramnath Kovind is going to vacate his post because of his expiry of tenure in 2022, means before 2022 the election to president should take place. Okay, that is first thing. If due to sudden death or illness or removal, if he is going, means from that date, within the 6 months the election should be taken place. That is the second term. Okay, that's with vacancy. So don't confuse with this resignation. Okay, resignation he will give to the Vice President. The oath of office for President is given by the Chief Justice of India. Okay, that is a vacancy. And who will fill that gap when a president is being removed due to sudden death or illness? Who will fill that gap? Your Vice President. Okay, your Vice President will only fill that gap until the new president come in. Your Vice President will fill that vacancy. Okay, while your Vice President is acting as a president, he is entitled to the absolute salary and allowance of a president. Okay.